what was the average food cost you had? And the second one is, when you set up your menu, how did you actually, design that menu? Was there kind of a financially driven logic? Was it a tasting logic? How does the menu come into being? So first question about food cost, what was it? And second question about menu, how did you, get to the menu that you serve to the people?
Yeah, so 100%. So we had a theoretical food cost, right? And we would always want to be in the 20, and it wasn't a specific number because I think we wanted to give a bit of freedom in terms of what we could do in terms of dishes. So we were always targeting this 25 to 30% was kind of where we wanted to be. I think the actual food cost would typically be above that. So we were typically around that 32%, which was always a little bit too high, and we were trying to get a bit below that. And things that would play in that would, like portion size, for example, was often something that, we'd often have people leaving food left over, and so we're like, okay, we're making the portion size too big, let's reduce because our customers want less effectively, and it will save the business some. In terms of how we thought about it from the menu, so we had this target of where we wanted to be, but I remember it was, there's a lot of factors that you take into consideration. Like, for example, we would have a soup on the menu, right? And often restaurants will typically have a soup because if there is some vegetables that are left over that are maybe not in the best shape to be on a dish where they're not cooked, in a soup they could be. So there was a lot of things like that we tried to think about. So how can we use the full vegetable, all of the meat, and that we didn't have like any wastage? What could we do in terms of making, if some ingredients were not in their best shape initially, what could we do? Like there was a lot of thought around that, and even thinking about consolidating the number of ingredients we had on the menu so that we could bulk buy more of these items, so less different types of items, so that they could create bigger bulk buys effectively, because we would then get a better price. So those were some of the levers we tried to pull to get to a good food cost.